Joining me right now, a man who is pushing to see more Republicans get access and the opportunity to question the administration's officials that are testifying before a Democratic-controlled House Intelligence Committee, Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz. Congressman, welcome. Good to see you again.
Thanks for having me, Trish. And you're right. While we've got the America First president that we voted for, we have the America Last impeachment strategy. They've put American workers last, who would like to see the USMCA ratified, farmers who would like to see the trade deal with China that is being undermined every day, potentially, by these impeachment hearings. And so I'm eager to get this through our gestation system and get on to an election where I'm confident that regular Americans who don't give a darn about impeachment or investigations will give Republicans back control of the House and Senate and the White House so that we can pursue the policies that will actually impact people's lives rather than just impacting the political ambitions of the left. And this is an argument that we have successfully made. If you look at polling that's come out from AP and from ABC News just on Sunday, half the country or more believe that this impeachment is politically motivated and unfair to the president, and the country is right about that.
You know what's interesting about it all, Congressman, though? It may be politically motivated, but it's not going to help the party overall. If I were a Democratic strategist, I'd be telling them, hey, wait a second here, because, you know, average Americans, especially in some of those states that are vulnerable, right, that may have historically been Democrat, but they swung to vote for President Trump in 2016. Those are the places where this impeachment stuff is not really going to resonate. So this makes me think, anyway, Nancy Pelosi cannot get a handle on everyone. You got the squad running things. It helps them politically, right? In their selfish political opportunism, they're getting ahead. But what about everyone else in the Democratic Party?
Well, Americans will remember that the squad wanted President Trump impeached before the ink was even dry on their own election certificates. They were ready to impeach from day one without any evidence. But you're right, there are more than 30 Democrats who represent districts that the president won. I was surprised that not more of them stood against this unfair inquiry. But I think getting them to actually vote for articles of impeachment will be far more difficult. And again, what is it all for? If it is an impeachment to nowhere in the Senate, why aren't we working on infrastructure and trade, China, North Korea? Why aren't we ensuring that we've got a more productive strategy moving forward with Turkey, for example? But instead, you know, Washington politicians just continue to obsess with their Trump Derangement Syndrome, and it would be good for Republicans if it wasn't so bad for the country. Yes.
Closed quarters,
well, and now we've
not
got
all the
these hearings that are going to start to be, well, it's starting to come out, right? Like we saw some of the transcripts leaking out, and I think the most important information we got today was Ambassador Volker saying that he did not believe that he was ever asked to do anything wrong by anyone in the administration, and then it seems as though Sondland was sort of back and forth on the quid pro quo thing, saying in the interview and saying contemporaneously to Bill Taylor in a text message, no quid pro quo.
Let me ask you about the role that Republicans can play in all of this. I know that Jim Jordan's hoping to take on a new role there on the Intel Committee, and it's one that you've advocated for. Tell me about your frustration with this so-called kangaroo court, I mean, as the president has called it.
Yeah. The Intel Committee has been totally bastardized by Adam Schiff and Nancy Pelosi. They are supposed to be doing important work to analyze intelligence. Instead, it's become the impeachment committee. So I think that Leader McCarthy is right to look to potentially retool the committee from the Republican side, where we insert some of our better questioners and some of the folks who have steeped themselves in these fact patterns. To me, that would include Jim Jordan, Mark Meadows, and Lee Zeldin, three people who have attended almost all of the interviews behind closed doors and who I think would be very effective on the Intelligence Committee. We've got great members on the Intelligence Committee now, but they are experts and specialists in analyzing intelligence, not necessarily defending against impeachment. And that's why we've got to match the Democrats' moves with some strategy of our own.
Again, knowing that this can't go anywhere unless there's some massive revelation. That's why I say they keep looking for this smoking gun, right? They're so hopeful, just like they were with Mueller. I mean, we wasted 2.5 years and $32 million bucks and a whole lot of energy and productivity losses and opportunity costs galore thanks to that. We're doing it all over again. But knowing that you can't get that conviction in the Senate, that you can't have a real impeachment, I doubt you could get everybody to even vote on articles of impeachment. Why do it?
I think Democrats are doing it because they need a narrative to unify their party, and they can't win a debate on the economy. They can't win a debate anymore on trade. They can't even propose an immigration bill to reform our asylum system because they disagree with each other so strongly. So instead of the issues that help the American people or the issues that divide Democrats, they've figured out that attacking the president is the one issue that unites them. And so for their own organizational existence, they are trying to rally around impeachment in the absence of an actual agenda. And I think as Republicans, we should not fall into that trap. We should continue talking about prosperity for the American people, better trade deals, ending some of these forever wars as the central message as we go back to the voters in 2020.
You know, I'll hand it to him. He's had a heck of an economic record. Just imagine if he didn't have to deal with all this chaos, right? I mean, look, it's impressive that in spite of everything, we're looking at new highs almost daily in the stock market, GDP growth, still solid growth, and just unbelievable jobs numbers. Congressman Gaetz, it's really good to see you. Thank you so much.